Hi, my name is Chris, and I have a couple of questions for you today. When was the last time you checked your TikTok and browsed through the For You page? Or when was the last time you scrolled through your Lazada or Shopee and found a couple of recommended items for you to buy, and you made the purchase and of course get it sent to your house? And you remember the feeling when you found the right video that you like to watch or got the product that you always wanted, but because if the app didn't let you know, you would have known about it. I bet if it's not by today, at least it's the day before. And my friends, that is the power of AI that has reached to you in impacting your everyday lives, whether you like it or not. So, welcome to the Adapt Convention 2023. I am giving a keynote speech about AI Unchained, Open Your Perspectives on Tomorrow's Possibilities. And I'm here, hopefully, to let you know how you can be part of the AI revolution in ways that you don't even imagine or can't even imagine. And if anything, I hope that would inspire you to create a better world for all of us, because that is truly the mission that I believe in, and which is why it excites me so much to be able to share with you why AI, why embrace it, why have it part of your life or have it part of your organization, and what it can do for all of us. So let's start with AI impact in our lives. As I mentioned earlier, even as you browse your TikTok account or on YouTube or even on Facebook, why are you being able to see the kind of content that you want to see? It is because you have been interacting at the content that they've been sharing out to you. And by doing that, it's measuring your engagement rate, it's measuring how long you watch the videos, it's looking into what type of categories of content that seems to capture your attention. And this is how it's managed to get your time focused on their app and to do the things that they want you to do. This is how they are able to give you what you want. Yeah, just imagine that it's not about what they want, it's what you want. And therefore, they know more about you than sometimes you even know, right? The unconscious part of you that sort of tells the data what is real and what's not. And my friends, that's how we've been doing so well as a humanity. That's how we've been doing well as a business, as a customer, as a community leader, or even as a CEO or a leader, or even as a mother or father. And one of these things will be part of your life. So isn't it scary, but also amazing at the same time? And this is what I would like you to know, that AI's impact in our lives has already been there for the past 10 years. And it's also the reason why some of the largest organizations like Microsoft, Google, Apple, why they're so successful is because they've already participated in the AI revolution for the last 10 years or more. Which is also why today's AI is now reaching into our hands in the form of apps that maybe you've already downloaded to your phone, like the ChatGPT or Google Bard or even Midjourney, right? The app that creates images and audio. So for some of you, you're already utilizing some of these what we call as generative AI applications or tools to boost your efforts in wherever you are, whether in your workplace or whether at home, organizing your son or daughter's birthday party. It somewhat made an impact in your life, and it is now whether you realize it or not, and then understanding how you can apply it in your current life or in your future life. But let's talk about personal experience and some case studies that I'm very, very honored to be able to experience. So for me, my personal experience in AI came in the form of, understanding my clients' data. As I run a digital agency called SocialGrooves and also a performance marketing agency called Cost Effect, I've had the opportunity to dive into thousands and hundreds and thousands of data points, whether it's in terms of sales in their e-commerce platform, or whether it's in terms of their social media platforms that has 600,000 over fans. How are they engaging with their content? What type of content is being generated? And what are the contents that are getting a lot more engagements and likes or even go viral? All these data points are open to me as a data scientist myself, and I'm able to then feed it to an analyzer to say, hey, what should I do next? Should I sell more of, say, for example, a certain brand of the laptop? Or should I be selling more of these items in category A and B, compared to C and D? So these are really life-changing decisions that through data I'm able to produce these kind of insights that will then be used as a business decision to make better choices. Yeah, and these better choices is going to be the defining moment to ensure whether you're going to make a lot of profits or you're going to lose a lot of money because you didn't know what you're supposed to know. And that is happening in the campaign that I was fortunate, our company was fortunate to come across, which is the Alibaba Double 11 in 2019, and we had the utmost experience in terms of like what kind of data that was shared to us and how did we manage to get Malaysia, Singapore, as well as Australia to be one of the top in terms of the revenue generators in the Taobao platform. And I think, if I'm not wrong, it was about 22 billion in that year, in that 11 days alone. So imagine in the 11 days, how much of data of transactions are happening every single day to allow for a 28 billion sales for the 11 days. So we were lucky enough to be able to understand and digest this information and participate in in the contribution of this in this amount of money. And that is, frankly, one of the highlights of my moments in playing with data and AI and understanding how most of these machineries work, so that it's not reliant on human alone. As we all know, humans alone have a lot of bias and flaws, but now with data and computers, and especially with artificial intelligence, we can make this go away in a scale that we have never understood before. So that's one of the case studies I'm very happy to share with you. And maybe another lighter case study is one of the prominent banks in Malaysia who had a problem with their IVR, which is when you call the banks, you will get to hear, right? Like, please press 1, please press 2 for BM, please press 3 for Chinese. Now imagine the problems that they face when they are making new ones. And just to share with you, in IVR, you need to find the voice actor, you need to hire a studio, you need to record it, and then when it's a mistake, you got to rent again, you're going to get their time, and then you got to do it over again. And there's going to be a lot of mistakes, but more importantly, it's not sustainable, right? Because when you have new functions, new events that you need to refresh the IVR with, you are not able to, maybe not able to find the voice actor, then you get into the problem of overriding with a new voice. And suddenly the whole experience is not real anymore. So what happened? With with voice to text generative capabilities, as well as text to voice, what we did is we handled 3,000 over prompts of Malay, Chinese, and English words. We turned it into scripts, text that could have some problems here and there, but easily fixed once we have it converted, which usually takes a lot of days, right, into a very small number of days. And then with the new AI-generated voice, which, by the way, can also be cloned with an actor or of a choice, we can now reproduce these prompts in a homogeneous way. So however you call, or whether it's last year or next year, it's only the same voice. And more importantly, if there's any new things or any mistakes, we can always correct it, because we don't have to worry about hiring a studio, getting a voice actor, and so on and so forth. So imagine the kind of cost that's saved and the convenience whenever they launch a new product. They just say, okay, here are the new scripts, let's record it and let's publish it. 1, 2, 3, just like that. All the difficulties all gone. So I've just stated 2 case studies of how AI has contributed and worked into solving a company's problem. And I'm not talking about just small companies, right? We're talking about large companies like Alibaba and banks, a very prominent bank in Malaysia. And what more can it do for your SME, startup, or enterprise? In terms of personal experience, I'm an owner of a company, and I know as much as you do, assuming you are also an owner or director or even a leadership position, how people can fail you sometimes. It's not through their fault. Sometimes things happen. right? You remember COVID days, where suddenly every fathers or mothers now had to take care of their children, and they're not able to produce the same work as they were before. So how can you fix that kind of situation if not for systems and AI being able to help support that daily, the kind of things that normally we consider time wasters, because it's things that are repeated actions. But can we automate those repeated actions using AI and then really use our brains to do something more important? And that's what is happening in today's world. Now, we as employees or even leaders enjoy the kind of flexibility, being able to do what we need to do and be able to produce the results by, simply activating the power of AI. So I'm a father, I'm also an entrepreneur, and I'm also, working for my clients. I have so many responsibilities that I have to honor. But thanks to AI, now I can automate most of these things, and I can even get the right decisions based on the AI to tell me what exactly can I do to reduce the same time we need to produce that result and to give even better quality work for our clients, for my wife, to spend time with my son. So again, the personalization of AI into my daily life is phenomenal. And I would just love you to experience just a little bit of how it can change your life, and you will see what I mean. And I can tell you, once you are in that space, you can do so much more better things. So now we've talked about how things are happening in the large world. How about the state of adoption of AI in Malaysia? Now we have in Malaysia we have a blueprint for the roadmap of AI, and according to statistics in 2022, about 15 to 20% of organizations in Malaysia are at least implementing some sort of AI solutions. And I can bet with you that 15 to 20 organizations are already in the public listed companies. So, does that mean that you have a lot of opportunities to also do the same and grow, scalably, sustainably, and more importantly, to create larger profits? Yes. The answer is yes, you can. And is it difficult? No, it's not. As even utilizing a AI's companion like ChatGPT or Google Bard, you're able to learn things that you've never learned before. You're even able to write codes of lines, and you don't even have to be a developer. And what this means is that now what the stuff that used to be elusive to you are now handed to you, right, freely, and some, of course, really low cost price for you to do amazing results. So state of adoption, remember, it's only 15 to 20%. Does that mean that you can do something about it and to increase the adoption rate? Yes, it starts with you. But with all these activities, if you're anyone like me, and especially I'm even more into the AI space, I feel afraid. Wow, it's moving so fast. What are the impacts that it will have on the lives of my employees, right? If I say I'm going to replace a certain department with AI, how would they feel? How would it jeopardize their situation back home to know that they might be replaced? So there are some ethical issues that may arise from adoption of AI, and it's important for us to understand what this means for us. For example, AI can also means that hackers can easily hack into Instagram. And I think you and I both know that now, there's so many Instagram hackings happening right now. I'm pretty sure it's also because of AI. So for this, AI eventually is a tool. How we decide to utilize AI is really entirely up to us. And we believe, when I say we're talking about the people in the AI fraternity who really believe that to use AI for good instead of AI to exploit, right? We believe that as long as we build more people who are for good and be able to use AI to do things like helping the elderly or helping, again, as an entrepreneur to be a better father as well, if we can spread more of these use cases of how to use it for good, then wouldn't we be creating a better humanity for all? So ethics is something that we've always considered, and every company that has a rule book for what AI can be done, should be used for, and what it shouldn't be used for is very important moving forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, you fully understand what I'm trying to tell you. I've given you case studies on a business level. I've shared with you on the personal part of my life, which AI has helped to empower. Even though it's just a very little story, but I'm sure you can find more examples everywhere around you as well. the idea here is, how can you open your perspectives? How can you see that you don't have to be an IT person to achieve what you want to achieve? How can you understand that, computers scare me, so how am I supposed to deal with AI? How can you remove that fear when, in fact, all you hear about AI could be FUD related, right? What is FUD? Fear, uncertainty, death. All the movies you watch, Terminator, and today I think there's a new movie coming out, the Creator, where the story, typical, right, is AI will eventually take over humans, and then they will decide that humans are a parasite, and control them in a way like Matrix. You hear all these news about AI, and it simply scares you, right? Sometimes, but what if you could open your perspective, see the good of what AI can do, and try to embrace it and adopt it into your everyday lives? And you know how you can start it? And this is what I've been doing for all my workshops. Just download ChatGPT, just start talking to it, start relying on it, and see what wonders you can achieve with just by doing that. So this is really about bridging the gap, right? Today you have the rich and the poor. Today you have the highly skilled and not so highly skilled. And you have, again, people who can access internet and people who can't. AI, I believe, is the democratizing tool that can change all that. AI that is a superpower technology that used to be a big boys kind of realm is now applicable for any of us who just have access to internet and a phone or a computer. So how can we bridge the gap together using AI? Now, this is the reality. AI has leveled the playing field, transforming human potential into an open canvas. Now, it is not your skill sets that defines your success, but the audacity of your imagination. That is truly my belief. If you think that you don't have the skill set to do what you need to do to learn AI, throw it all away. The limit is only your imagination, and I should know this because I'm a direct result of it. I don't have any special developing capabilities. I don't have any, I don't have the technical know-how to develop the hardware part of it or the software part of it. But yet, even with AI, the small glimpse of what I'm using AI tools for, I'm producing hundreds and thousands, if not millions, of potential revenue, and more importantly, value add to the people that I currently service, whether it's near or far. That person can be you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris. I want to tell you to utilize and embrace AI, and more importantly, do it for good, and to create a better Malaysia for all of us, and eventually a better world. Thank you, and see you in the next session.